I'm gonna be using Ableton Live to get a tune going. Well, work on. First, I'm gonna like stretch this sample I'm using here. This growl bass sample. Like this is just like a little wet moment. There. And then I'm gonna duplicate that and reverse it, so I have a nice little sort of starting to the drop. And then I'm gonna take some little chops of the same and just paste them there. No, not liking that. Get rid of that. Find something else. Wait. No. Could do something weird and wobbly. I might actually, to be fair. What?
Just tell me what it is you're doing.
I'm trying to get an actual decent, like, I'm trying to get something going, and it's not really. I'm just basically chopping and fiddling about with some basses I made at home to see if I can actually get something going. Nope. I'm just gonna fully scratch that second bass because it's just crap and there's no point. I didn't even. I copied this one. That is so annoying. Like you copy something, it completely ignores that you've copied it and just paste the other thing. Right, so reverse this. I'll put some saturation on this little vocal thing here. Whoa. Talk about precise control with a mouse trackpad. Get a glue compressor going so it takes off some of the peaks so that it's not distorting. put a tiny bit of reverb on it, just about 12%. Bum, 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 right. Just duplicate that. Yeah, that sounds better. Right, I'll get some drums going. I use time stretching, by the way, on the growl bass on the first, because the hits are a lot shorter on the original one. So.
Did you actually time stretch it on here?
Yeah,
Okay.
I time stretched it like right at the beginning, like look, so it's at 210.75 BPM.
Right.
I might have to get rid of this little. Wait. Copying the wrong thing again. Stop. Right, so that's that side of that. I'll just take this, put this over here, just before where the build's gonna go. Could do with zooming out a bit there. Right, put some reverb on it, some ping pong delay with like only about like 7.
Tell us what you did.
I just created an filter envelope and like slapped the Simford filter in instead of just being there right away. So it's like, I think this needs to start off at a higher frequency because it's a bit too quiet in the beginning. Start it off at about 200 Hz. At least then you can actually hear it. And I set a automation so that auto filter turns off when it gets to like the second repeat of the loop. Get some drums. I was supposed to get some drums anyway. 1/5. Right. I'll put a one that doesn't have any. I'll put it on a new channel and one that doesn't have reverb and delay. Saturate it a bit. Maybe add some overdrive so it's actually got some punch to it. Because it feels like a bit flat at the moment. And some. See what it sounds like with the overdrive. That's made that bit firm. Right, so decent kick and a decent snare is what we need. Kick.
So where are you looking for your kick?
In my little sample library I have on this computer, I'm just trying to find a decent dubstep kick. Most of the kicks on here are house, and that doesn't really fit too well. There, that should be heavy enough. I'll put sidechain compression on afterwards, but at the moment I'm just going to create the drum pattern. Boom, bunk, boom, bunk. Alright, so done, no, done. Boom. Alright. Boom, bunk, boom, bunk, boom, boom, bunk. Again, pasting. Why would I want that there? The copy and paste on this keyboard's a bit funny. Keyboard's funny in general. This is going to sound awful, but it doesn't really matter because it's not about that. Right, basic drum loop sorted. Sort of works in both areas. So all the snares just sound a bit iffy and I don't like it. Come on. I actually like that snare. Don't know why, I just do. It's got a nice little crunchy sound to it. Sound nice, like saturated. And the other one's a bit OTT in my personal opinion. So I'll just crop that out. Put that there. Get rid of the tail on the old snare. Clean this channel. Whee! Gone. And then, as soon as it's just every 3, I can just saturate. What are you hiding? Okay. Right, so
one semitone down from F to E.
surprisingly that works. So that's sort of one thing boxed off.
So did you just transpose that then?
Yeah. Top loops I could no, because that didn't like look, with a seeing as I've already laid down the kick and the snare, if I use a top loop, what is the you can actually do with slicing here? Because it's pretty intricate, most of the stuff, and it'll just.
Well, you could certainly isolate a couple of those hats, couldn't you?
Yeah. Make it a bit slower because it's a bit fast. You're moving too fast, I cannot be yours. Do 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 do. I want to keep that because that first bit sounds alright. That's not even on. So what I'm wanting is this little section here. So if I just, because I can see that that's outside of that section is falling off beat, lock these into place, that's off beat, put that back on, that back on, and that. So they're all back in time, and then I'll take this little hi-hat pattern, put it here. You have to be really definite with the Control C and Control V on this, otherwise it just sticks some, like the last thing. There's that little pop.
What was the pop?
There's pops, the little thing in here. It's the start of this. Either that or it's just before the start. I think it is, because when I play it from there, like, actually you can still hear it a bit. There it is, I can see it. It's just coming up at 1K there. So I've identified the pop, and it's this, where this little sound coming up at 1K here. So I'll just drop that out. Needs widening a bit. It's coming up in the high end a little bit as well, but I can't really do anything about that, seeing as though that's where the information for the hi-hats is. So I'll just Actually, I think I could chop that. That's much less noticeable to what it was before anyway. Let's hear that in context. Yeah, that actually works. And then I'll just use that little drum pattern. So far the drop sounds like this. The 808s are saturated to the 9s and just sort of, I only did that so you could actually hear them properly, and it's horribly mixed and just a pile of terrible at the moment. But what else do I need to do?
I need you to create a MIDI part version of the instrument and do some bits and pieces with that.
I know what to do. I'll make... wait. I'm trying to think what would make a good, like... Oh, the Ableton's built-in synthesizers are horrible. I'll make an offbeat, like... Wait, I know what to do. I'll use piano. Pretty sure those sound nothing like pianos. That only sort of sounds like a piano. Do you know what I mean by these are horrible? Right. E. Right, so I want it to come on the... Too often needs to be like, yeah, no, stop. So I've got like a little offbeat thing put. It's more the sound I was looking for.
Did you use it?
Put a little bit of overdrive on, turn the dynamics down, turn the saturator up, put some reverb on it, and that's not even slightly the timing I wanted. It sounds like it's in the right timing when it's like this, but then I'll just treat it like it's audio. Even though it's MIDI, it doesn't matter. Right, and... Oh, stop it! The keyboard is just so... Do something, doesn't do it. Right. Right, so there's the MIDI. No.
That works. As long as it loops and continues.
Yeah.
It doesn't work just.
It's got way too much tail. Where reverb amount none, because you already have reverb. Well, that'll just drop the release at that point. Dead. How's it still got release when I've brought it down to 0, like pretty much straight after that note? Do I have to turn it down for that note? No, I don't even care anymore, never mind. Right, what else?
So have you sliced using transient detection?
Yeah, I did the hi-hats, remember?
Right. I want you to just edit that MIDI part again one last time. What I want you to do, rather than just having that constant, I want you to delete a couple of those and move the timing of, or maybe delete one and
that
move the
won't
timing.
work though, it's supposed to be like an offbeat.
Ooh, snorting. Do you know what I mean? If you just moved one of them to on time and took one of them out, you'd get a completely different rhythm.
I don't think it'd work with this though, to be fair.
Give it a go, see. It's experimentation, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. And then take one of them out.
And then bring that one up. And get rid of that F on the last one and just leave it there.
Right, can you play the whole thing from the beginning?
Alright, it doesn't have a build up, so it just goes straight into the drop. So that's... that needs side chaining, but... that actually works, them slice tats, to be fair. Yeah.